Work to shape Joveljic,
Yeah.
Aude, and Gaston.
Yeah, I mean, we gave the guys a few days off to start, knowing we weren't going to play for 10 days and coming out of a pretty busy stretch. And then when we brought the guys back, we did a little preparation. We did a kind of a closed door scrimmage with Bournemouth. So just to kind of keep a rhythm going. And then we've had a couple days here to start our preparations for San Jose and to get back into the tournament. So again, we got Gaston back into the flow of things. He played 30 minutes against Bournemouth, so he's feeling better, and that's a positive thing. Julian and Dayon are still going to be working their way back. We're not going to rush them through anything, but they are still working their way back. By and large, everybody else is good. And should be available here for these first two games.
And then just your thoughts on the tournament. I guess without it, you guys would have like a 3-4 week break. But now that you have it, your thought process going in, I mean, something you guys actually want to win because it gets you to Champions Cup at the the big prize at the end of this.
Yeah, it's an important event for us. We're going to try to balance a couple of things, which is, get our guys back who have been out and get healthy. Try to use our roster a bit through this, because just to get through this type of tournament, and the games are every 3 to 4 days. You got to make use of everybody. We got to get some guys going, like Amiro, that just more minutes for him will help him settle in the team. He played 60 minutes against Bournemouth, which was great. Getting guys reintegrated that are coming back, kind of being mindful of guys who played a lot of minutes through this, but at the same time, it's using our roster to try to play one game at a time and progress ourselves into a position where, the championship is right around the corner and we have a chance to win it. So, it's not going to be a situation where we're throwing everything at the tournament right off the bat. We're going to try to build our way into this and keep our rhythm, use our guys, but at the same time, integrate some pieces as we work through the tournament and try to be in our best form and also be as healthy as we can be as we also play to try to win it, but play smart.
And one more for me. I mean, you're facing a team that you're beaten twice. So, the adage is, beating the team 3 times is going to be the challenge. You could look at their game against Chivas, and what do you think about this group of San Jose compared to the second time you played?
Yeah, I just, every time you have to go away for sure and beat a team again, it becomes more and more difficult each time. They looked very motivated. I thought their emotional energy was high. They were very competitive, out pressing and making the game difficult for Chivas. I thought some players on their team had some good performances that certainly helped propel them to what eventually became a win. I thought Bobase was very active and good, and he proved to be a handful. We always know what Christian Espinoza can do. I mean, he dials in a cross like he does right on Jeremy's head, and he puts it away. So, and then we know the creativity of Lopez and the other guys that they have. So we know what their capacity is and what they're capable of. I thought their emotional energy was in a good place. Like, this thing really matters for them, and I understand that. And so it's important, again, that we have to quickly manage and match the intensity level of the game. They need to get something out of this game. I don't think 2 points is going to get them through to the next round. So we have to understand, yes, we have 2 games, but this is their last chance to solidify their spot in the next round, and we've got to match that intensity and then solve the problems that the game and what they bring to us, whether that's to press us high or to sit in a low block. That's going to really be up to them, but we've got to find the solutions inside of the game and execute in key moments. That's going to be important, and it's it's a knockout game for them, and it's the first where if we can get a win in this, then we put ourselves in position to advance. So yeah, it'll be an interesting game.
Open up okay. Next up, we'll allow Ari from MLS to go. Go ahead.
Hey, Greg, thanks for the time. I wanted to ask about this matchup that you have with Chivas in this group, and specifically, we don't know if he'll be playing on the weekend, but you all welcome Chicharito and his new team. I was wondering, what do you most remember from his time in LA, and what do you feel his legacy with the Galaxy is? And going off that, is it going to be a little weird for you facing him in another jersey? Thank you.
You know, what is his legacy going to be here? I think you saw when when the team was functioning well, and he was in good health and on the field, he was a goal scorer. He was an assassin, like he always has been everywhere in his career. He had unfortunate stretches where he wasn't healthy, and then he obviously in his final year had a devastating injury that kind of closed it out. But I think when the team was functioning and we were playing at speed and we were doing the things that we like to do on our best days, he was a guy that was putting balls in the back of the net, and he had 2 very strong years of 18 plus goals. And I think those are things that people should remember and will remember, because it's really what he's done.
The line for Rob, Jalen. Go ahead, Rob.
Hey, Greg. Thank you so much for your time. You've already spoken a little bit about the approach to the tournament. A couple of weeks ago, you spoke about this team's next evolution and how in a knockout tournament like this, just one mistake could knock you guys out. Is that the way you're looking at this tournament? Maybe a dress rehearsal for MLS Cup? Do the conditions mimic what a playoff run could be like, at least in the intensity and that there's a trophy at stake?
Yeah, I would like, a couple of things, because I feel like seasons are their processes, and through the course of a season, and this is a tournament that's in season, so we have to consider it's still a part of the process. Obviously, there's a championship at the end of this little part of this tournament, which we always want to be competing for those. But I think in our process of growing as a team this year, the things that I would like us to, focus a little bit on and a little more on in this is playing the moments in the game to understand what it's like to be in a knockout tournament where one mistake can be the difference in advancing, not advancing. Whereas sometimes you can get away with stuff like that in league play, and maybe you draw a game and then you bounce back and you get to play the next one and you win again, you get your rhythm going again. In a knockout tournament, one mistake can be the end of your season, can be end of your championship run, whether it's this tournament or. So I think it's growing in our maturity there and our mindset and mindfulness to be present in that kind of way in the match. And, at times where we think it might be better to do something that is super aggressive to go get a goal, maybe we need to be more mindful of keeping our team connected, see the game out, making sure we don't expose ourselves, and making sure we close a game out in a little more, I don't know if you'd say conservative, but maybe in a little more connected and approach where, we don't put ourselves in at jeopardy for that mistake. And so I think it's just we're not going to change who we are, but we've got to change sometimes how we approach key moments inside of games, especially in closeout moments, and others. If we need to get a goal back in a game late, working through some of those adjustments that may take place as we move towards, again, more of these knockout environments and events, because that's what the playoffs is going to bring to us at some point. So, these are things that we're thinking about. But again, we're here to, as I said a little earlier, we would like to win the tournament. We want to approach each one of these games with the mindset that we've been approaching games lately, to be aggressive and get ourselves into our style and how we want the game to look, and set the game up for us to win it. And then it's going to be how we close out games, and then the decisions we make down the stretch to seal games off.
And Greg, finally, there's not looking past Wednesday's game against San Jose, but at home on Sunday, you face a Chivas team that will probably have a lot of fans in the stadium. Yeah. How is the team prepared mentally to handle?
Okay, thanks.
And next up,